Namaskar and welcome to another episode of Editorial. Rahul Gandhi should step down. Rahul Gandhi should give way to somebody else to head the Congress party. Mr. Prashant Kishor, famous political analyst, made this statement on Sunday. Now, we'll talk about that. We'll also talk about few other things, few other topics. Whether they are related to the topic that I am going to talk tonight or not, you decide. But what I would urge you is please stay till the end of this video. Please stay till the end of this video because this video is going to get very interesting. Let's get right into the show. You see, in advertising, there is a concept called hype management. Hype management is a very important part of advertising and communication. Hype management is very important part of marketing. Hype management is a very important part of social behavioral change. Hype management is important, so it's a very important subject. अच्छा, ये hype management क्या होता है? It is a very simple thing. You see, what happens is you have natural hype, which means when a brand launches itself or when a brand puts up a narrative, when a brand puts up a proposition in front of its audience, its target audience, the brand goes out and says, look, this is what we are. You know, we are the best, we are the cleanest, we are the smartest, we are the most innovative. Whatever the brand says, it puts up. Now, what it does is it takes all the media that it can afford to, puts up ads, puts up whatever, PR material, put up a lot of things. So you will see all front page ads, you will see a lot of television ads, you will see a lot of other materials, posters, banners, hoarding, all of this, the brand will put up saying that we know we are very smart, we are very innovative. The brand will say that. Now, if you actually see the graph, this hype gives this brand a particular brand voice share, or it gives a particular top of mind. The brand becomes popular with this particular proposition. So the hype grows. The natural hype grows. And the brand, people are made aware of the brand. So you know, if I say Nike, you will say just do it because you know that's the proposition of the brand. So the brand makes itself aware, makes its proposition aware. Now what happens is, after a point in time, you can't go on advertising every day. Can we? You can't take every day Times of India front page or Hindu front page. You can't take or take advertising in popular channels, including some certain news channels. You can't go on taking ads, can we? So what you do is, after that, you have to build something called as induced hype. For induced hype, what normally brand does is brand hires key opinion leaders. Brand will tell another key opinion leader, Baba, come here is money, please speak on our behalf. So the key opinion leader in one of his or her interview will go out and say that, this brand, no, very intelligent brand, Baba, very innovative brand. Very innovative brand. So the key opinion leader ensures that there is induced hype for the brand. So mind you, the graph was here. Now the graph is coming down and now this induced hype will ensure that the graph goes up. So you have natural hype built with your media and your advertising, and then you have induced hype, which are normally built with key opinion leaders. Now there is another sect of opinion leaders. They are shadow endorsers. Shadow endorsers are those who do not say that I am endorsing this brand, who may not even recognize that brand or who may not even talk about that brand, but what they say will be for that particular brand. Which means that a shadow endorser will say that, the problem is no competitor has any brains, has any innovation, no competitors. This is the narrative of the earlier brand, saying that we are innovative, we are intelligent. The shadow endorser will say, no brand, one or two brand here maybe, this brand I don't know, this brand seems to be good, Baba, I don't know, but otherwise no other brand has any intelligence or any innovation. What is this shadow endorser doing? This shadow endorser is Directly, no, but indirectly endorsing the narrative of the first brand. He is not directly saying that it will win. He is not directly saying. At times he may even say, I don't know, yaar, ye brand ka hai. I don't know all that. But you know what? There is no intelligent brand. There is no innovative brand in the country. This brand seems to be doing well. That is where it will put at. So what really happens is such kind of hype, the believability factor of the brand narrative or the brand hype becomes higher. So intelligent brands actually, or brands that are good as far as communication, as far as marketing, and as far as advertising is concerned, they do such kind of hype creation. The induced hype formula, and for which you have paid endorsers and you have shadow endorsers. A lot of those shadow endorsers obviously are paid. ठीक है ना? Keep this aside. This is my first point I wanted to make. Like I told you, I am not connecting anything here. Nothing I am connecting here. I am just making a point. ठीक है ना? Okay. Now let me talk about the second aspect. You see, like I said, I have spent almost 32 years, 33 years now in advertising, marketing and consultancy business, marketing consultancy business, image forming business, so on and so forth. So I have done a lot of this. I worked with few of the best advertising agencies in the world, number one advertising agencies in the world. So, this is something that we've done before. So, let me give you some basic definition. You see, an analyst is a person who creates an aim for the company, who creates a target for a company, who creates a target for the brand. And he or she says that let us try and achieve 20% of the market share. I will make strategy around it so that we can achieve 20% of the market share. That is what an analyst does. The analyst doesn't say that, listen, I look at the market and I will tell you we will get 16.2% market share. ऐसा नहीं होता है, कोई एनालिसिस बोल भी नहीं सकता है. अगर कोई एनालिस्ट ऐसा बोल रहा है, so he is or she is either lying or it's just a guesstimate. If they come close to it, they will take all the credit. If they don't come close to it, they say, oops, क्या करें? It is marketing. ठीक है ना? So, if an analyst is caught saying, I am guaranteeing you 16.2% market share, or I think this particular brand will be number one in the market in the next 3 months, an analyst cannot make such claim. The analyst can say that we are working towards becoming number one in the market. This is the aim and this is my strategy towards it. Possible. Point number one. Then you have something called as a researcher, or in politics you have got pollsters. Pollsters, researchers are both the same. Basically, there is no difference between marketing a political party and marketing a brand. Let me tell you that. And for a lot of people who keep on writing to me that there is a difference, believe me, the person who goes and votes is your wife. The same person who goes and buys a surf. So, the people who are, the voter is no different than a normal consumer. They are our wives, they are our children, they are our brothers, they are our sisters, they are us. So, we are the same people who also goes and buys a close-up, who goes and buys a shampoo, who goes and buys a powder and so on and so forth. So, we are the same people. There is no difference. Same human being, same social behavioral change, same trigger, same archetypes, everything the same. So, then you have the researcher. You know what the researcher does in a marketing case or a pollster does in a polls case? It gives you a direction. The researcher says, Baba, the way you are going, no, you will get that 20% market share, or you are heading towards a 20% market share. Our research says that you will get 18% market share, but you are heading towards that 20% market share. It gives you a direction. Research always gives you a direction. Poll always gives you a direction. No pollster or researcher can tell you, I'll guarantee you Modi will get 324 seats. No pollster can tell you. If a pollster is telling you, he is lying to you, and if he gets that number, it is fluke. It is a fluke because it can't happen except for God Almighty. Nobody can actually tell you that this is the number that they are going to get. Itna perfect India mein, world mein, we have never reached that kind of feedback methodology, that kind of research methodology. Trust me on this. Trust me on this. Flukes do happen, but trust me on this. And the company that has done fluke has also made equal big faux pas. I can guarantee you that. So if a company has gone right once, you check their background, they must have done faux pas 3 times. So it can be, that once it works right, another time it goes faux pas, third time it works right, fourth time it goes. ऐसा नहीं होता है ना? So that means what you conclude is, chances are that one time they got it right, it could be good researching, good polling, whatever, poll research, but also the fact that a little bit, a wee bit, maybe a little more than a wee bit, luck also, that they got it right. Okay? So, analyst gives you a direction, gives you a target, puts an aim and work towards it. A pollster gives you a direction, tells you that this is the kind of number that you can get. And an astrologer possibly is the only guy who can do astrology and tell you this is the number that you are going to get. So when people come and tell you, that Baba, listen, you know what, they are going to get more this time, they are going to get so many seats this time, that they are going to be number 1 this time. They either have to be God or astrologer. That is a fact. You can always put a thought process together, but to go out and say that this is what is going to happen is almost next to impossible. The third point I want to talk to you about is again about what a consultant is all about. You see, we've got something called as consultant's ethics. You know what consultant ethics means? First of all, it is ethics, and most of us are also bound by something called as NDA, non-disclosure agreement. NDA, non-disclosure agreement. We are bound by that too. So, that too. You see, when we go to a client, the chances are we may get that client, we may not get that client. But normally, you won't find a good analyst, a good advisor, a good consultant going and bitching about that client if they don't get the business. They go after a client, and when they go after the client, they fall at their feet and say, give me one appointment, and when they don't get that appointment or when they don't get the job, saying that, अरे वो manager ना उसको काम ही करने को आता नहीं है, normally a good consultant doesn't do. A consultant who tries their whole hog to get an appointment from the managing director. The managing director refuses to give an appointment or gives an appointment but does not accept this consultant's recommendation or does not give the consultant what it wants. Then the consultant goes out and says that, managing director, he's an idiot. He should quit. You think it makes sense? Tell me, you think it makes sense as an intelligent audience, and my audience are intelligent. So you think it makes sense? So this is also something that I wanted to share with you. So this is what I told you. These are points I just wanted to share with you. Like I said, nothing is connected. There is no relevance. I just put these points in front of you. Now let me come to the topic of the day where I talk about Prashant Kishor, a very respected political analyst, who says that, you see, this, according to me, is also anti-democratic. This is what Prashant Kishor said on pointing out that Rahul Gandhi has been running the party for the last 10 years unsuccessfully, and still he is not willing to step aside to let somebody else steer the Congress party. This is what the very famous analyst, Mr. Prashant Kishor, said. You see, I'll ask you a very simple question. What is India expecting out of this gentleman called Rahul Gandhi? You see, I'll tell you what I mean by that. If Rahul Gandhi doesn't go to a rally, everybody says, kya Rahul Gandhi gaya nahi? He is going on holidaying, not going for rallies. When he wants to lead a party or when he goes to a rally, people say, kya hai ye? Very undemocratic. Every rally you need Rahul Gandhi or what? You know that story of that donkey and those two people, taking the donkey from the marketplace, where people start commenting that, why is there two people walking and the donkey on the side? Why don't they ride the donkey? And then when they ride the donkey, they say, two people riding one donkey. So one person gets on, so on and so forth. You heard that story, I'm sure. It is like this. Rahul Gandhi hai, if he goes for a rally, they abuse him. If he doesn't go for a rally, they abuse him. What do you want him to do? What do you want him to do? You see, another thing is, I will give you, the same gentleman has made an observation. Count the number of visits Prime Minister made to Tamil Nadu in the last 5 years versus Rahul Gandhi or Sonia Gandhi or any other opposition leader, of that matter of fact, made in the battleground states. Just 2 minutes back, he said, Rahul Gandhi is not fair. Why is he always the leader? What leader? This is undemocratic. And now he says, Baba, listen, you know what? Rahul Gandhi kyun nahi gaya? अरे यार, make up your mind, analysis हो यार. You're such an intelligent person, you make up your mind. Do you want him or you don't want him? So that's number one. Number two is I ask the basic question, if not Rahul Gandhi, who in Congress? देखा ना हमने, for last 2 years we saw no presidents and everything, election, everything we saw. Who really came up through? Who can ensure that they can gather 25,000 people when they stand in a stage? Who else other than Rahul Gandhi can do that in Congress, including Mallikarjun Kharge? Lot of respect for that man, but including that man, who can draw the crowd? Rahul Gandhi can. And that's what he is doing. He is neither the president of Congress nor he is any leader. But the fact remains that you make him the star campaigner. If he doesn't go, you claim that the Congress party will lose. A lot of these analysts are claiming it. And then you say that he is there undemocratically or he should step down. I didn't really understand what. Step down from what? Step down from what? Step down from campaigning? Step down from saying that I am part of Congress? Step down from what? So that's my question number one. The question number two is, he makes a claim that you will be surprised, in all likelihood, to my mind, BJP is going to be the number one party in West Bengal. You see, there is no debate that Sandesh Kali and a lot of other administrative issues, anti-incumbency, Trinamool Congress is not in its best shape. There is no debate about that. But the fact is whether they will fall short, whether they will be number two to Bharatiya Janata Party, that is too early and too vague to say at this point in time. You see, I don't think anybody, like I told you, except for God, can call elections 3 months before the election results. I don't think anybody can do that. Anybody can do that unless and until you want to establish a narrative that somebody else is trying to establish. Unless and until you are trying to shadow endorse a narrative that somebody else is trying to establish, saying that number two, this is not going to happen. Other than that, there is no reason why. Secondly, you see, Mr. Prashant also speaks about Andhra Pradesh, he speaks about Tamil Nadu, he speaks about Bihar, he speaks about West Bengal, everywhere where, Bharatiya Janata Party may surge and the numbers may grow. Isn't it ironic that Mr. Prashant Kishor was the consultant to West Bengal, that is to Mamata Banerjee, was a consultant to Nitish Kumar, that is Bihar, was a consultant to Stalin, that is Tamil Nadu, was a consultant to Jagan Mohan Reddy. Most of the states where he claims that there is going to be a surge in Bharatiya Janata Party, most of the states. So what? What? Your strategy was 6-month strategy? It is like that medicine. ये ना medicine 4 घंटे के लिए नींद देगा. ये medicine 5 घंटे के लिए तुम्हारा दुखना बंद कराएगा. Is that how one strategized? Was there no permanent brand strategy? Was there no brand building strategy? Or was it just for 6 months of election? Is it how he works? Because most of the brands that he says are going to go down and BJP is going to go up are brands he worked on, Baba. And as a consultant, let me tell you, I take a lot of pride in the brand I have worked. Last 30 years, whichever brand I have worked, I take absolute pride in my brands. I know the weakness of my brand, but I will never divulge those weaknesses in an open forum. I don't work with them anymore, but I will not, because that's ethics. A. B. Kuch bhi. How can you make a claim that BJP will be number one? 2.5, 3 years back, he said that TMC will be number one. 3 years mein things changed. So one didn't understand that either. While I have a lot of respect for the man, he is a good thinker, he is a good speaker, very good orator. But this is a point I wanted to make clear, because end of the day, I also want my audience to know the other side of how hype management, how strategy and how marketing works. I just wanted to present to you the other side of how marketing works. That is all my intention of today's editorial is. I intend to, like I said, I link none of these. What I said in the front and what I am saying now, I am linking none of this. If you link it, that is your problem, like I said. But I am not linking it. I have just given you 4 or 5 topics that I spoke to you about today. And I also put in my 2 bits on what I think about Prashant Kishor's statement. That is all I wanted to present in front of you. Till I see you next time, that is tomorrow at 10 p.m. And mind you, Today, I interviewed a very important guest, that is Arun Kumar, Dr. Arun Kumar, and I spoke to him about electoral bonds. And tomorrow, I am going to talk to Padma Bhushan Mallika Sarabhai. Mallika Sarabhai, great dancer, social activist, politician, and somebody who has her mind very clear, has her thoughts very clear. So I'm going to interview her tomorrow. So tomorrow 9 p.m. on my live, Mallika Sarabhai. Today, if you go back, check my 9 p.m. live. I have had a chat with Dr. Arun Kumar on electoral bonds. Two very interesting episodes. Till I see you tomorrow at 10 for my editorial, 9 o'clock for my live shows. My God, I'm doing a lot nowadays. So, yeah, we'll catch you tomorrow. Namaskar.
Stay ahead with our cutting-edge news app. Instantly access the latest shorts in just 1 minute and breaking news in just 50 words. Download now for a smarter, faster news experience.